Good morning. Well, it's morning here. Good day to you, no matter what time you're watching. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you. So, as some of you know, I have a bit of a thing for true crime. There is something really satisfying about seeing the bad guy get it, even if it takes a really long time. I'm never an unsolved mystery or unsolved crime kind of person because I really like to see the bad guy get it. But there are several trials that over in the States that I have been watching over the last, I suppose, year now, where I've been really interested in the process and starting out from a position of not guilty. Forget what the press is saying, forget the media spin and, that kind of thing. Where does the evidence take me? And at the moment, I'm watching the Alex Murdaugh trials. Murdaugh trials. Because I am fascinated by this. It's such a heinous crime that you really want the bad guy to get it. You really want someone to be brought to justice for it. And I've really appreciated the legal analysis and the respectful way that Uncivil Law has been putting this across. And the inside jokes and the fun that is had in the chat as well, because you need that levity. You need to brighten things up because it is a really graphic description of what happened that is coming out. So I thought I'd do a quick recap of the first couple of days. So Thursday and Friday were the first days of testimony. So it's not the first days of the trial, but it is the first days of testimony. What did we get out of that? What did we hear that maybe swung our opinion one way or the other? And honestly, not a lot. So the first day was testimony from first responders, what they did when they got there, how they got the call, who they are, how they went into law enforcement and that kind of thing. And really just the first description of the scene. And there were a lot of questions about whether the defendant was upset or not, if he sounded panicky or not, which I find really odd because everyone deals with horrific situations differently. I'm one of those people that if there is something major that goes on, I can swing into action, I can stay calm, I can do the job. But something small happens and I just fall apart. So how someone's demeanor is in the initial moment isn't always an indication of anything. Then you had the defense, questioning these people and saying, that or trying to insinuate that they contaminated the scene. And asking, like, the first responder police officer, if he took photographs, if he took tire impressions or shoe impressions or any of those things. He's a first responder police officer. He's not an investigator. He's not a forensics expert. Why are you asking him what he did with the evidence? His job is to make sure, if he sees evidence, to put something there to say this may be evidence, but otherwise he's not there to collect evidence or document evidence in any other way. So it comes across like the prosecution are going with there are no other suspects, and the defense are going the crime scene was contaminated and these people hate our client. Because every one of them have been asked if they knew Alex Murdaugh or his family. And I think that's where they're going. There's a lot of people that are commenting on Murdaugh's his demeanor in court. They are showing graphic images of the crime scene. And he is shaking, he is rocking, he is smoothing his hair. And he at times seems to be crying or holding back the tears. Now, he calms down through the process. So they'll show a photograph and they'll describe the photograph. And then as the questioning starts, he will calm down. To me, that comes across as genuine. That doesn't mean he didn't do it, doesn't mean he's innocent or guilty. It means he is having a physical reaction that he can't necessarily control. He is trying to, but he can't necessarily control it. Now, it could be that he thought, you know, unaliving people would be dead simple. Turns out it wasn't. It was a horrific crime scene. It could be that he is having to relive one of the worst moments in his life. So you can't read anything into that body language. You can't read anything into his reactions or anything else. The evidence so far isn't swinging me one way or the other. No, neither side opened with that aha moment. It's actually been pretty boring. We're now starting at the end of Friday. We started to get into the forensics and the evidence, who collected it, where it went, who tested it, that kind of thing. So maybe today we will start to see a little bit more of, okay, what took the police down the direction that it was him that committed the crime. It is going to be a largely circumstantial case. But right now, looking at it, and I will do another video on kind of what I think is going to happen. But right now, there is reasonable doubt. This was a powerful family. They had made a lot of enemies. There are a lot of people that could be out for revenge. It kind of makes sense. That is your reasonable doubt right there, if this is a circumstantial case. So I am looking forward to, I think it's day 6 today of the trial, but day 3 of testimony. If you're interested, I will keep doing recaps, because I think it's interesting at the end of each day to kind of look back, what did we learn today? And has that needle swung? Are we, more one way than the other? But I am following the evidence and seeing where it leads, kind of pretending, putting myself into the position of being a jury member. And seeing where that goes, because it's fascinating. If you want to learn more, if you want to listen along, there are loads of places to do that, but I do recommend Uncivil Law, because he does stick to the facts and the law, and explains laws and explains why evidence might be pertinent. And it's a lot of fun. The chat is lovely. Hopefully, I will see you over there. But yeah, let's see where this goes.